Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the second video of 2024. It feels really weird to say that. Today's video is my 2023 beauty fave, so I've got a lot of things in here that I want to show you that I really think are worth the money, but there's also quite a few affordable things in here. Always, if you do like this video, make sure you smash it a big thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe down below for more, and let's get straight into today's video. So the first thing that I'm going to speak about is actually skincare. I've got quite a lot of blemishes underneath all of this makeup. I've also got, this is probably TMI for a lot of people, but I've also got like blackheads that, or at least I used to have blackheads that just would sit in my skin, and no matter how much like exfoliant I used, they wouldn't be gone. I would have loads of like bumps on my forehead, like those underneath the skin bumps, and it just wasn't cute. And I was also, there's like loads of fluff everywhere. I was also the type of girl that would literally just pile her makeup on thinking that it would cover that, when in reality it just accentuated it more, and I didn't realise that. I learnt the hard way. A quick disclaimer, just because these products work for me, they might not necessarily work for yourself, but you can always give them a go and you can always find out if they do work for yourself. So my skin type is oily, sensitive and acne prone, and this is the things that I've found that kind of help combat that. So the first thing is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid. I'm super low on this. You can see that this is very much loved. I think this costs like £10 or something, and you get 240 millilitres of product in here, which I think is incredible. I just like to use this every night. I don't know if you're supposed to use it every night. I do kind of like switch it up now and again, and like I'll take a break from it so that my skin doesn't get so used to it. This is basically a really gentle exfoliant on your skin, so if you've got them underneath the skin bumps or spots, then this is really going to help like diminish those and get rid of those. It does tingle when you first put it on. I feel like this product is actually really popular, so if you've tried this before, you'll know that it really does tingle and kind of burn a little bit at first. So when you're starting off using it, I would just say use it maybe 2 to 3 times a week, maybe even less, once a week if you've got sensitive skin. I kind of just ignored the tingle and continue to use it, and I was just like, my skin will get used to this, and it worked. But I'm not condoning that. For safety reasons, I would definitely just recommend like getting your skin used to it and then using it as often as you can. So this is another product from The Ordinary, and this is the Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1%. So I like to use this after the glycolic acid. So first I'll go in with an oil-based cleansing balm, and then I'll use a foaming face wash, and then when my face is a little bit damp, I'll then go in with a hyaluronic acid. Just because I've got oily skin, my skin still needs to be hydrated. If it's dehydrated, it overproduces on oils, and that's where I get like more breakouts. So hyaluronic acid, the toner, and then this. These two are an elite combination together. I'll go as far as saying as they're a match made in heaven. If you're going to purchase this alongside it. It does give a little bit of a tingly feeling when you first use it, but it's not as uncomfortable as this. Not that this is uncomfortable. I mean, it can be to start off with, but it's not as tingly as the toner is. This specifically does really help with like any blackheads or any whiteheads that you might have, but this also really helps if you use salicylic acid. So yeah, if you don't want to buy the glycolic acid because you're worried about it like tingling your skin too much, I'd recommend going for the salicylic acid instead, and then using it in conjunction with the niacinamide. I just feel like they're a combination that work really well together. This is a recent purchase. Now, I tried it the other day. I actually put this on my Instagram story, asking if any of you guys knew that the Inkey sells this. Oh my god, this is so strong, but so worth it. So this is the Inkey Blemish Clearing Moisturiser with 2% Nova Retin. It says on the back this is for breakout and blemish prone skin. So this is the last step in my skincare routine. If I'm not using this, I never mix these two together just because this does have a retinol in it. So I don't want to mix a retinol with glycolic acid, but I will still use it in conjunction with the niacinamide. It says here, your solution to clearing blemishes, nourishing and smoothing skin texture, clinically proven to visibly reduce blemishes while you sleep. I always think this is a gimmick, like reading this on packaging, but the only really like skincare brand that I trust is always going to be the Inkey and The Ordinary. I just feel like they're so simple and they just get to the point with it, and they do actually help your skin. I always see a load of other brands now, not to bash them or anything, but I always see them where they're like, oh, this contains hyaluronic acid, but then you read the ingredients list and it also contains like perfume, alcohol and loads of other things that aren't necessarily good for your skin, especially if it's sensitive. But I tried it anyway, I put it to the test. It does also contain 3% sulphur. Now the reason I say that is there is a little bit of a scent to it, I'm not gonna lie. It's nothing too bad, but when I woke up in the morning I did still smell it. However, I tried this overnight just as it said in the box. I did have these blemishes that were on my cheeks here that you can't necessarily see because of the makeup that I've got on. They'd been there for, I want to say, like 10 to 12 days or something, and just weren't going anywhere. When I woke up, they were immediately flatter and not as dark as they were before, and that is just me using it overnight. So it does recommend that you use this, I think it's over 12 weeks. There's a smell to it, it tingled, but it worked. I feel like I've rambled on for about 74 years about skincare. I'm going to move on to perfumes. My perfume faves of 2023. Hands down my favourite perfumes as of yet. These are all recent purchases. So the Ariana Grande I got for Christmas, the A Moment of Hope, which is actually from Stradivarius, and also the Kayali I bought a couple of weeks ago now. They're incredible. Starting off with the Ariana Grande, the girlies on TikTok that said this was really, really nice and like such a yummy, delicious, sort of sweet scent really weren't lying. It's super light and fresh. I also get like a hint of candy floss. I don't know if anybody else has said that themselves. And the reason I purchased this was because when I went to a lounge event, there was a girl stood next to me that smelled so yummy and so incredible. I immediately asked her what perfume it was that she was wearing, and she said this, so I asked for this for Christmas. Honestly, if you haven't smelt this yet, I would definitely recommend going to your nearest like perfume store and just testing it out, and I think you'll fall in love with it straight away. My go-to scents are always going to be like sweet, fruity, and also floral. I'm going to have a look online what's in these perfumes because I'm rubbish at describing scents. So the top notes are lavender blossom, juicy pear and bergamot. The heart notes are creme de coconut, praline, vanilla orchid, and the base notes are sensual musk, creamy woods. Honestly, absolutely stunning. Everyone says this smells like the Baccarat Rouge 540. I've never actually smelt that. I smelt the dupe of it, which honestly, this smells better. The next one I have is A Moment of Hope number 149, which is from Stradivarius. I didn't actually realise that Stradivarius sold perfumes. I know they're a sister brand of Zara, but I didn't actually realise that they do perfume as well, so I went in the shop one day. This is so delicious, and I never hear anyone talking about this. It's definitely a lot more mature than I want to say like the Ariana Grande one, and it's definitely a lot more, I want to say, musky. I'm going to read out the notes even though I'll probably butcher some of these names. Nashi pear, raspberry, orange, jasmine, orange blossom, hazelnut, emotional waves, white wood and white musk. So yeah, there is definitely that like woody and almost musky scent to it, but it's definitely got a lot of orange scents to it as well. Orange is obviously the key to it being fruity, and then musk is obviously the key to it having like that musk scent to it, obviously. The last perfume I have is definitely the most expensive one out of these two, and I've mentioned this I think like 5 million times on my channel now, on TikTok, on Instagram. It's probably going to have to be my favourite out of the three. So this is the Kayali Juicy Eden Apple. She does quite a few different fragrances, and if you go over to her Instagram, she actually tells you like how you can layer different scents from her brand. And the notes in this is juicy red apple, wild berries, jasmine, lychee, vanilla flower and sensual musk. So obviously we've got a lot of like berry flavours in there, again making it nice and fruity, and then again a little bit of musk. I always find that if you're going to buy a fruity perfume, there needs to be musk in there just to sort of like balance it out and make it less sickly and sweet. This is what the bottle looks like. It's very bougie, and it's also like really glamorous. You've got like a big diamante lid on there as well. Love the style of the bottles. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I will buy perfumes, or I'll gravitate more towards a perfume to smell it if the packaging looks nice, so that's definitely what drew me more towards this. I want to eat it. I think I've been rambling on long enough about perfumes now, so we'll switch it over to makeup. A couple products in here that I'm going to show you is a couple things that I picked up recently and I've only recently tried out, but I really liked how my makeup has sat on top of them. And some products I've been using for ages, and then other products I've sort of like gravitated back towards after using a couple years ago now, and I'm talking when I was like 19 or something, which is 6 years ago, and that makes me physically sick saying that. So going in order of the way that I do my makeup, we have the Milk Hydrogrip Gripping Primer. This stuff is honestly no joke. I spoke about this recently in, I think it was my Christmas haul. So this is what the product looks like. This really does grip product to your skin. So when I first opened it, I tested it on the back of my hand. After about 10 seconds of it drying down, it felt extremely sticky, but it's not going to be like an uncomfortable sticky or where your makeup pills on top. I don't know what's in this, but they've formulated it perfectly. I have tried some products in the past where brands will claim that it's going to be like a gripping primer, for instance, but it hasn't necessarily worked for my skin. That's not me like slating the brand or anything like that. Just because it's worked for one person doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for me. This for me definitely does what it says on the packaging, and I know quite a lot of people that use this. So that was mainly one of the reasons that I picked it up, is when you just constantly see them using it and their skin always looks flawless. This is like the first key to your makeup looking really good, aside from delving into your skincare. Started using this in 2023, Defo's coming into 2024 with my foundation. Now this is definitely on the more pricey side, I want to say, however I did just pick this up from the sale on Boots. I used to use this when I was 19. Now you're going to see the packaging and you're going to be like, how on earth did you afford that at 19? Your girl was working 60 hours a week and wanted bougie makeup. So the OG YouTuber Desi Perkins put me on this. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It's an incredible foundation. They have a wide shade range as well, which we all love. Even the bottle is really fancy. It's like a glass kind of bottle. I picked mine up in the shade 4, by the way. The foundation that I have on today and the foundation that I'm so glad I picked back up, but she's going to be used so sparingly because, again, when it goes back up to full price, I'm not going to want to spend that money on it again. So it's going to be one of those foundations that I'll use probably when I'm going to events or basically when I'm not going to work. It says on the packaging, perfect glow, flawless foundation. I 100% agree with that. Normally I don't like a luminous foundation because I've got oily skin, but this one just sits and works with my skin so well. On top of this primer here, match made in heaven. I actually put this on my Instagram stories the other day when I found out that it was on sale on Boots. And honestly, if you're looking for a good high-end foundation that is worth the money, is actually going to last on your skin throughout the day, I'm so happy I'd picked this back up. I didn't realise how much I missed it until I repurchased it and tried it again. I've got another new product to show you all that I just tried recently. I've been using this for... when did I pick this up now? I ordered it about a week ago, I want to say, and it came within 2 days. So ever since it was delivered, basically, is how long I've been using this. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Power Plush Concealer. Now, I know a lot of people will kind of stay away from Kylie Cosmetics. She's a Jenner, she's a Kardashian. Not a lot of people will like her products, but honestly, she kills the makeup game. I've also got a blush from Kylie Cosmetics. So this is the Power Plush Longwear Concealer. I got mine in the shade 2N. I usually get the lightest shade, which was 1, I think it was. But I actually went up a few shades. I've got it on again underneath my eyes today. It gives such a natural, like, satin finish to the skin. I don't find that it creases either. And I've also switched out to using like a smaller brush to blend it out underneath my eyes and then going in with a beauty blender afterwards. I feel like it just makes it even more flawless. I think you get 16 fluid ounce in this, 0.16. Yeah, so you get 5 millilitres worth of product. I really like the applicator to this as well. It's super like soft and plush. This was also down from £20 to £16 again in the sale. And if you go on Kylie's website, she does have quite a few sales all the time as well. So if you're wanting to try this concealer out, maybe wait until the sales or something and then give it a go. But yeah, I feel like this, not leaving my makeup routine. The next product is so battered and bruised that I probably should have given it a clean before actually showing you all. But this is the Primark My Foundation and Contour Stick. I really need to get a new one of these. But every single time I go into Primark, they're sold out. It's that battered that I actually broke it. So this is the amount that I have left. You can tell that she's very well loved. I feel like Jordana Lipscomb put us all on this, and I can fully understand why. Like, it's such a creamy, blendable product. I've got it on my face again today. Basically everything I'm going to show you is what's on my face today. But you can see just around the perimeter, like especially on my forehead, it just looks super, super natural. And that's with another bronzer put on top, like a powder bronzer. This retails for like £2.50 and it lasts you a long, long time. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, the shade range on this is absolutely awful. I haven't seen them do any other shades, which... it's 2024. Bring out some more shades, Primark. Rare Beauty Blush. This took me so long to try because I'm pretty sure this is like £21 or £22 or something. And when you look at a small component like this and you think to yourself, £21 or £22 for this, you just think to yourself, that's ridiculous. You need the tiniest dot ever. This is such a gorgeous shade as well. It's in the shade Virtue, so it's kind of like a deep pinky peachy sort of shade with a little bit of a bronze in there. I'll apply 2 small dots just to the top of my cheeks. Again, exactly the same one that I'm wearing today, and I feel like this shade blends really well into any type of bronzer. It's kind of like a serum-y formula, I want to say, and it blends out really nice whether you use a sponge or a brush. I do like to just use a brush and then I'll go over my entire face with a beauty blender, like the same one that I've used for my foundation, just so everything meshes in together. I love it, and I need to pick up more shades. I've got 2 powders to show you here. So the first one is the Jordana T-shirt powder duo. I got this in the shade Marshmallow just because when I wear pink blush, I kind of want like a baby pink under eye as well. It just blends so much more seamlessly into your blush. So you get a set and then also a Brighten side. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I literally use the Brighten side just to set at the same time. Like, I'll just use this as an all-in-one, just grab a little fluffy brush and then dust it underneath my eyes. And then this is the setting side. I love how this looks on the skin. I feel like it's really finely milled and it's really easy to just set and then brighten. You basically get like a 2-in-1 product. The only thing I will say is that I feel like it ever so slightly oxidises on me. So I feel like I need an even lighter pink, just because I am that fair. It's honestly, it's to do with my skin tone for sure. Everything literally oxidises on Casper, the Friendly Ghost, at this point. So I feel like I'll just need to pick up a lighter shade than this. But apart from that, the formula is really nice. It sits really nicely underneath your eyes. And I also find that you don't actually need that much product. I don't feel like you need to bake with this to get that brightening effect. And then the other one, which I've recently just picked up because I was actually missing it, this is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Do I need to say anything about this powder? It's the OG of all powders. Like, don't get me wrong, I still love a Jordana t-shirt powder, but this one, there's just something about it. It just holds a special place in my heart. It always makes my under eyes look so flawless. I just need like a tiny little fluffy brush and then I can just blend it on underneath my eyes, or you can use a powder puff with this if you do want to like bake a little bit. One of the thinnest powders I think I've ever put on underneath my eyes. I also like to set the rest of my face with this because this one doesn't actually oxidise on me. Obviously it's translucent versus one that's got colour to it. It's not going to oxidise whatsoever. But yeah, if you're looking for a really good powder, I would say either the Jordana Tisha one or this one. Both of them are elite, but this one will forever be an OG product. Last but not least for makeup products, we've got a setting spray. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray. Now I know this is a little bit on the pricey side. I'd definitely go and test out like the mini size one first just to make sure that you definitely do like it. But this sort of puts like a film over your makeup that you don't feel, and it just keeps it in place all day long. As I said in the beginning, I do have oily skin, so I find it really hard for my makeup to last on my skin all day, but this really does just help. I wear it when I'm going to work so that my makeup doesn't slide off, when I'm going to events. It's just one of those things that I know I can definitely rely on. It says on the back, no melting, no fading, no creasing, holds 6 to 8 inches away and mist over entire face before and after applying makeup. I just do it after I've applied my makeup. I don't necessarily see the point in doing it before. I mean, I've never tried it, so I don't know how that looks. It does also claim to prime and set for up to 16 hours. I'm going to agree. Now, I went to an event in London and I did my makeup, I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning or something. Came back home at 11 o'clock at night, so like 13 hours, and my makeup literally looked perfect. There was no creasing around my smile lines, underneath my eyes, and there was only like a tiny little bit of oil that had peeked through on my nose and on my cheeks. But it looked like a nice healthy glow. It didn't look like I literally sweated off my makeup. It's not just this year that I find myself using this setting spray either. I have also used this like previous years, and again it's another product that I always find myself going back to. My coffee! 2 more faves that made the cut. These are actually to die for. So the first thing is the Be Bold Instant Airbrush Tan. I have mine in the shade Dark. This is basically body makeup, so if you have like maybe patchy fake tan or something, basically I did in London, I applied this straight over the top and it easily got rid of it straight away. And then something else that I like to use in conjunction is the St. Moriz Glow Oil. One thing I will say is if you do use these in conjunction, make sure you apply just a tiny bit of this one, because if not it can sort of take off the body makeup. I would actually pat this on over the top versus like blending it in with a brush, and then you're still going to keep the coverage of the body makeup. Last and by no means least, and then I can leave you all alone because I feel like this video is going to be an extremely lengthy one, I've got 2 hair care products to show you. So this is the Living Proof Dry Shampoo. It says it's an advanced clean dry shampoo. Actually cleans hair and softness and shine. Immediately yes. I've tried the Batiste dry shampoo, I think it's called. It literally does nothing to my hair. It just gives it a white cast. I put this in today because my hair was like super greasy. And I'm not sure if people know this, but you're supposed to blow dry your hair after you apply dry shampoo. I basically just lift it up in like random sections, do a little bit of a spritz, rub it in with my fingers, and then I'll blow dry my hair afterwards, and it'll leave my hair smelling and feeling fresh all day long. You literally can't even tell that my hair was super greasy before this video. Definitely a little bit more on the pricey side. I actually tried this ages ago. I think I got like a mini one in maybe, I think it was like a Look Fantastic beauty box or something. I got a mini one and oh my god, I adored it, and then managed to get my hands on the full size version. And then the last product I have to show you is an oil, which is from Wella. So I actually like to get this from my hairdressers because she uses it on my hair every time she's like doing any finishing touches or whatever, and it's such a gorgeous smelling oil and it leaves your hair so silky smooth. My hair is pretty long but it's also pretty thin at the same time, so I just use literally one pump of this and I go from like maybe mid-length to ends or something. I'm not sure if you can use this before blow drying or straightening. I don't think you can just with it being an oil. To be fair, it does say Luminous smoothing oil, so I would probably just recommend using this like after you've done whatever you need to do with your hair. But this really does just like smooth down, tame any flyaways away. I'll rub like a 10pence piece in the palm of my hands, put it on the ends, and then whatever is left over on my fingers I'll just like smooth down any baby hairs or any flyaways that are at the front. I understand why my hairdresser uses this on me. It smells incredible. It leaves your hair looking silky smooth. That's everything from my 2023 beauty faves. Let me know down below which your favourite products are from this year. And if you are wanting to shop any of these products, I'm going to leave all the links in the description box for you. As always, if you did like this video, make sure you smash it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.